Hello and welcome to part 10 of Outer Wilds. When, I could have sworn, the past at least 5 streams that I was close to the ending, I swear to God. Hey Rex, it does taste like burnt marshmallows. Hey, Chicago! Yeah, So yeah, yesterday when I streamed, I was like, oh, my god, I need to take a break from this game to allow my brain cell to start working. But after that stream, I could not stop thinking about what the solution could be. And I think last night I've been mostly on the right track. I have, part of the solution, I'm pretty sure. And some of it I wasn't quite putting it together, but I was thinking more about the warp towers on Ash Twin. How one of them doesn't work because someone named Yarrow tried to make one that would go between Ash Twin and Ember Twin, and they had the debate on why that doesn't work and stuff. And I think there's something to do. I think there's something I may have missed, because there was a warp pad on Ash Twin that I stood on for a long time, not like the whole 22 minutes. But I thought it was broken, but now I'm like, there's something about that I have got to have missed. Right? It's like, I really want to figure this out. I need to make, next part is part Y, yeah. And then Z, and then what, do we start from the beginning again after that? Need to make Squeaky pronounce X. See, I do! Oh shit. I can do that, actually. I can censor X and make him say, key instead. Space suit. Okay, so, I want to go Ashwin. I'm not entirely sure. I'm gonna go to the warp pad that I thought was broken. Which way am I looking at? Away from the Idle Rock. Preferably not into the sun. Okay. Now the towers aren't exactly visible yet, but that's okay. Land somewhere not on the equator. Bonk. Nailed it. See how close to the... And we can scoot a tiny bit over. Okay. Not that it matters. I had a thought. What were the 3 questions from the guide? Okay. While we're waiting for... Well, actually, when I tab out, it's gonna pause anyway. Let's see. It's like the first thing that if you look at, Outer Wilds spoiler-free guide, it's like the first thing that pops up. It's on Steam. So yeah, at the very end it says... how to finish. It does not strictly tell you the actual answer on how to finish. The 3 questions are, well, more than 3, but 3 points. First point is, where did the Nomai come from? Where did they end up? So that was that figured out that helped us figure out reminded me about the vessel, right? Um, that essentially reminded us about the vessel. And like, oh shit, that yeah, there was like a warp core I could have put into it, and I have Nomai coordinates. So where do I put Nomai coordinates? They can go in a Nomai spaceship for sure, right? Where they come from, where do they go exactly? Um, so the next point was, what were the Nomai doing here? What did they accomplish and how? They accomplished the basically all of their science.
Where did they come from? Cotton, I know. Mud.
There you go. Perfect. Um, basically all of their science projects comes back to the Ash Twin project. And they made an advanced core. So I think the first part of the puzzle, the vessel. The second part of the puzzle, the advanced warp core, right? Uh, why were the Nomai doing this? What did they know that we don't? So that one I don't think we fully answered. They're trying to find the Eye of the Universe. They don't know jack shit about the Eye of the Universe. They do know about the experiment where when you warp, you show up like a fraction of the time, like before you had actually left, which is super weird. So I feel like that is going to relate to whatever the eye is. Because for some reason I don't know why they know this, but I think they figured out that the eye of the universe is older than the universe itself. Um, I think that's the only thing they really know about the eye. It keeps like moving and it's not like sometimes there's a signal and sometimes there's not. I think. Uh like I don't know I don't really know like the answer to that. Why were the Nomai doing this? What did they know that we don't? Is that the answer? You're trying to find the eye of the universe? Your question kind of ties into the second one. Okay. Why were they trying to blow up the fucking sun? I know. I mean, they wrote like, oh, because we can, right? I think they were trying to power. I think there's a genuine answer. Yeah. It was like only like one of them, but they probably all thought about it. I don't know. It might have been to generate enough power for something. Like maybe they actually need like a burst of power. Uh what other reason would you have to explode the sun? It's not to kill it. Like they like science and they're trying to find something, right? And they needed a shit ton of power. They eventually, like after the they did actually make like an advanced warp core to put into the Ash Twin project. But I feel like that would be the only reason to like create a big like accelerated explosion is like you need like a burst of energy for some reason. Is it to kick? Like, see, I feel like the end of the game is going to be we are actually using the power of the all of these supernovae to create a new universe or something. They're gonna be like, oh, we're actually we've got like an arc essentially, and we're gonna survive the death of the universe by creating a new one. But like you could maybe do that by using the power of all of the exploding stars. I don't know. This is like wild speculation at this point, I think. The sun is gonna open up to reveal giant toothy mouth and turns into a spaceship pedal. Yeah. Yeah. Uh all that is like above and beyond I think. Now I have to identify which of these is the I think it's easy. I think it's like a twin tower. Uh Here's the one for the sun station. So I think there's something I missed about the supposed, like, broken one. Not enough sand has gone away at this point. When I did this, I literally just followed behind the sun pillar in my ship. Oh, that's probably a smart way to do it. Because, like, I have to go back to my ship for oxygen. Yeah. No, that... And then I can park nearby. That's smart. I don't think any of this is going as the Nomai intended. They all died from radiation 200,000 years ago. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, but there's other Nomai in other parts of the universe. You know what? Real quick while we're waiting for the sand. Rumor mode. Ashton Towers. Tower designs. There is, so I think this is the twins one. This is the Sun Station one. This is, I think, Timber Hearth. Giant's Deep and Ember Hollow. No, Brittle Hollow. God, I'm getting the names mixed up.
Hollow Deep.
Hollow Deep, yeah, exactly.
Ember Hearth.
Exactly. You have a theory and you're not gonna share it with me. Oh no. Oh no. Can't believe it. I'm looking for there isn't any here, but the information about the warp pad that is supposed to go between the twins. Okay, whatever. Yeah, until the towers are uncovered enough. Let's not fly into it. What are you? Are you twin? Oh, jeez. Are you like twin towers? Kinda, maybe. They're like broken a little bit. Could be. What did they look like? Yeah, I think that's it. I can count that high at least. Then you're probably better off than Sora. I do have my suit. Space suit. Oh, hello. I'm not sure if I've read that. I don't want to get blasted by sand. As it goes down, there will eventually be a thing to read this. We might have to wait for another pass of the, a little bit waiting here. That's okay. That's okay. We're here for learning purposes. Big boy. Biggest boyus. I need a place to read this. Oh, I might have read it. I don't want to be warped anywhere yet. Okay, I might have read this. Friends visiting from Hanging City. We were planning Ash Twin project at High Energy Lab. I became lost in Ember Twin. My gratitude that Rami found me, but the High Energy Lab is the building with the large solar panels. I'm surprised I didn't see it. I imagine otherwise immensely clever Kanoi would lose his head if it weren't anatomically impossible. Okay. Which one is which? I don't know. So there's a spider. Ah, Jesus! Hello. I backed up into that. So I don't know which one's which. Maybe the spiral one could possibly go down into the... Maybe spiral? I don't fucking know, man. It's safe to wait here. Cause... And there's a... Like, even if the pillar is overhead, there's glass up there. Yeah, maybe that's actually what I need to wait for is the sand pillar. That would direct me towards Ember Twin. But the Ash Twin project is on Ash Twin. Unless the Ash Twin project is just the name and it's actually at the core of Ember Twin. I think we've been, like, basically at the core of Ember Twin. See, that poor guy is, like, died trying to make it... I wonder if he was planning on going towards the, oh jeez. Ooh! Jesus Christ. Okay, this is not the one... My arrival time is slightly before my departure time. Yeah, this is just the one on this planet. This is not what I'm looking for. Okay, the spiral one is not it. Okay. I feel like when he died, he was trying to maybe make it to the... Maybe this is the one to the core. Maybe. This is the one that doesn't... Oh boy. The sand is gonna blast me if it's... Oh. That's a problem. Oh, you know what? This might be enough to save me. If that's the case. Hmm. Tower would always be aligned to its own core. Yeah. Well, there goes the interloper. Hey, Chibi! How's it going? Yeah, like I said, if I get stuck on this, I'm just gonna switch to No Man's Sky. But it might have... Oh, my oxygen. Oh, my oxygen. Oh, my oxygen. My ship is out there. I could probably make a break for the ship, but... I want to see if this actually works for keeping me safe. Nailed it. Got my oxygen. It's there you go. Nice and gentle. Alright, Hmm. Would it be crazy if maybe that cubbyhole is a red herring and you're actually supposed to let the sand start taking you away, but maybe it actually instead will warp you because it's supposed to warp you? Do cactus not produce oxygen? Apparently not. I mean, they don't have leaves. I am grasping, yeah. But no, he died trying to make it into that room. That feels important. This feels important. Maybe he just wanted to be inside, you know, away from the deadly radiation, yeah. I've never once been inside the... Oh boy, do we do this? I don't like this. For science, for science, for science, for science, for science. God damn it. It's... if... the worst thing that'll happen was we get blasted over to Ember Hollow. Ember Hill. Ember. Which is fine. 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 This is, yeah. Which is fine. Which is fine. Which is fine! Ugh. I mean, we can't make it to our ship now, but you know, it's yeah, definitely fine. So that's not, at least we did it for science, right? Everything we do for science. Everything we do for science. I'm making up a new song. All of those times I've been eaten by anglerfish. For science.
For science.
Yeah. Yeah. God damn it. Oh, I am on the cusp of discovering the truth of the eye of the universe.
This was a science. I'm making a note here. Huge science.
Yeah, no success, just huge science, exactly. This was a science. Making a note here. Huge success. No, not success. Huge failure. Success and failure are the same syllables. That could totally be, Sadly, I can't get to, the other side because it's a receiving teleporter, not a sending teleporter. Unfortunately, I had the thought, like, maybe can you, like, replace these, cores? And you cannot. Unfortunately. So there's no way I can get sent through a white hole core. Yeah. That was one of the things you were testing. Yeah. I definitely had that thought, but I've never noticed, you can't interact with these. You can take cores from the high energy lab, but I've not seen necessarily anywhere where you could put them in, except for the slot in the vessel, which looks like you can put a advanced warp core in. Hi. Hi, big boy. Right there in the sky. We'll say I do not think this is the way, though. Okay. You're wondering if it'll activate separately somehow. That's... Oh, he's gone. The sun, though. Give me the cores. All I have to do is smush some cores together to make an advanced one, right? Surely. Oh, they're all, filled up with sand. Hey, big boy. Biggest boyus. About to explode us. Where's Chert? Was Chert north? Chert was north, right? Okay, so... Okay.
Chert is north.
Chert is north. Alright. So... Hi, Chert. We'll just talk to you. We're next, do you understand? Our son, by Hearth's name, we're next. I found something. Why isn't that great? Do you know what? I found a few things myself. Most of them have to do with the sun exploding. Oh, who cares? What does it matter? Nothing matters anymore. The sun is about to go supernova. And me, all my research, my life's work wasted. Wasted, you understand? Alright, buddy. Alright. So... I could go over my findings with all the explorers. They've made you realize things. You can't talk to Chert anymore. They're a little too preoccupied with the sun exploding at this point. But yeah. So... Yeah, my thought was there was something I was missing about that warp pad. But it doesn't... The one warp pad takes me to the surface of Ember Twin doesn't give me any... It doesn't help me at all. The other one does seem to be broken, and if I stay standing on it, the sand pillar takes me. You want your logic as to why a warp pad isn't the answer? Yes. Because you don't know for sure the answers. You have a theory, though, and I like coming up with theories together instead of just having someone who knows it just tell me. I actually do have hot chocolate right now with marshmallows in it. I do not have fire roasted marshmallows. There was no white hole warp core in the system when they found the eye. So the advanced warp core won't work the same. It's not a sender receiver setup. Yeah. That was my, like, I have no indication that there was a warp pad inside the center of the Ash Twin project. I was just kind of hoping by the fact that, like, that warp pad I thought was broken, it does seem to maybe be broken, it doesn't actually work. It's not a sender receiver setup, it's just the thing that lets you warp probably 2 coordinates since you have coordinates to the eye. They explain why it's broken, though. I think you should reread that. I think that's the clue, not a solution. It didn't work because both the twins act as... I thought that was what they said. The twins act as a singular celestial body. So... But the one warp pad does take me from Ash Twin surface to Ember Twin surface. So I guess that's not actually true? Yeah, so that can't be the reason. Hey, Hoax, how's it going? There's an alien in the spaceship with me. That's fine. I'm sure it won't eat me. That's what you were thinking. Wait, what were you thinking? It's true! I have 4 eyes and everything. I think... does it show it in this? Warp Tower's alignment point is not its warp receiver. Rather, a warp tower always aligns with the center of its corresponding astral body. The warp receiver must be located on or in close orbit around the relevant astral body. So the receiver could be on a moon. Something I assume, like, basically, oh, it has to be in the same, like, gravitational, well as a celestial body, so, like, the planet or a moon. You can still warp to the other twin, yeah. Everyone's doomed anyway. It's fine. The hourglass twins are so close together. They function as a single astral body with a shared alignment point in between them. All of the warp towers were being constructed on Ash Twin, while the 6 warp receivers were being constructed at different locations. A no-mind named Poke successfully forged an advanced warp core for the Ash Twin project. Yeah, there is a thing about them being a single astral body. Oh, fuck me. The warp tower alignment, only needs to be within 5 degrees of the astral body's center. I think that's basically just describing why we can make it back with a larger window than we had originally come to it. If you warp to the twins, you'll always end up at the same warp point. Like, any warp to the twins will take me to that receiver that's on Ember Twin. Is there... So, okay. So I'm fairly sure that what I'm looking for is to get an advanced warp core for the vessel. Because I feel like the vessel is the thing that I could put the Nomai coordinates into to find the Eye of the Universe. What I don't know is either one I can make an advanced warp core. Possibly. High Energy Lab has a bunch of regular warp cores. Or two, I steal the one from the Ash Twin project. I do not know where, if it's possible to get into the Ash Twin project. Or if so, whether or not, like, I can take the advanced warp core. The warp core may not actually reside in the same location as the Ash Twin project. Yes, I do remember the High Energy Lab. I think there's a clue there. I feel like I've seen everything in High Energy Lab. There's a whole bunch of regular warp cores there. There's stuff I read. Did I do the black hole white hole experiment thing? I don't think I did. Actually. I guess I can fiddle around with that for a minute. Did we explode? Are we here again on a fresh? I had my nose in the computer there. I guess we had exploded. Okay. I may have faffed around a little too long. I don't know if the time loop has started yet, but... I may have wasted a little bit of time here, but... We can go back. And mess around. Computer faffing doesn't count time. Convenient. Alright, let's go back to the lab. That's where all the good science happens, alright?
This is a science.
This is a science. Making a note here. Huge science. Science, 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 science. Science, science. Doing some science. Before I get crushed by sand. Gotta rush or we won't make it to the high energy lab. Do 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 do. Trying to make it to the high energy lab. Almost hit the cactus. It's fine. Alright, you know what? We're only... Instead of turning on all the lights, I only need that one, because we're going... We don't need light. Really, we don't need any light, but whatever. And this is the part where I just wait. So, how has everyone's day been going? Turn my flashlight off, yeah. Fresh as a newly hatched Arthian. Oh, I can, have more of my hot chocolate while I await this, sand.
Hot chalky.
Mmm. It is no longer hot, though. It's cold chocolate. Not bad staying in. Ice is lurking around. Oh, man. Yeah.
Room temperature chalky.
An acronym of 3 letters to be angry by. Yeah, very room temperature chalky. What if I do SOS in Morse code with my flashlight? Will the game take pity on me? Do you think? Make it cold, chocolate milk. We do have chocolate syrup for chocolate milk. We've got both. Alright. 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 Soon. I don't want to step on the... Oh, oh, oh. Yeah, ow. I was a little too eager. That's fine. Right. Over. Don't get squished. SOS doesn't exist in this universe. Aww. Hey, fire. I'm doing okay. I was stuck on a puzzle for this game. But I could not stop thinking about how to solve, the puzzle for this game. I'm talking the puzzle, like the ending. And like, I swear I am like, on the cusp of figuring this shit out. I was going to take a break from this game, but I am so close. I know I am. Alright, so the experiment for the high energy lab. I open the window, right? And then I take a black core. Put it wherever. I don't know if that matters. Put a white. And I can launch a scout into the black, it pops out the white, right? That's the experiment, right? Oh, if Fire loves puzzles, absolutely play this game. And I'm talking, the puzzle I'm stuck on is literally beating the game. So it's like the big puzzle that involves everything you've learned about this game so far. So it's big spoilers here. I'm missing something. Okay. Here's an empty one. What am I missing? Wait, are they all? Oh no, they align once I put it in. Is there something quantum about it? Does something happen if, like... What is this experiment? It's the black hole, white hole, sending, receiving, thing. Black hole is the sender, white hole's the receiver. Right? Why is this set up? They already knew how to teleport. That would be answered, over here, wouldn't it be? Alright, they were wondering about... So... An anomaly they figured out was that when you use the warp pad, you actually arrive at a tiny fraction, sooner than you had departed. We want to try to reproduce a negative amount of time elapsing between something entering the black hole and exiting the white hole at its destination. Initial things first, our experiment setup will first pair a small black hole core with a small white hole core to mimic the setup on the white hole station. Hypothesis is it possible for an object to exit a white hole before entering the corresponding black hole? Chicago's tickled at the thought of him playing Outer Worlds, and I'll be on the Outer Wilds. Yeah, I have heard both games are very good. Outer Worlds being like the Skyrim style RPG, and Outer Wilds is more of a open-ended puzzle. Kind of like I mean, the thing I've been going to explain to sum it up is it's No Man's Sky meets Majora's Mask. But yeah, it's very puzzle focused. It's got a lot of lore, so the puzzles are based around your knowledge of the lore tidbits that you've found. So what were they doing here in the high energy lab? I mean, weren't they making warp cores? Or I guess they actually made the warp cores at the Black Hole Forge. They are maybe powering the... They are maybe powering the Ash Twin project? Maybe there's some way of finding the advanced warp core by following the wire. I mean, I followed one wire to find the lab. Maybe I can find continue following it to find the warp core, the advanced one. Okay, I hope to strengthen the effect to render it visible to the unaided eyes. To that end, we've decided to try adding more energy. I imagine the Sunless City's energy supply should prove sufficient. Yarrow requests we let him know before we reroute energy to the experiment. I'd hate to leave him in the dark. All available energy has been rerouted from the city to our experiment. We're about to run a new test. Hypothesis confirmed. So they definitely have... Okay. Yes, they've got to be drawing from the advanced warp core for power, right? They're diverting it occasionally depending on what they need. They've been powering the Sunless City. Possibly they just like left it on powering the advanced warp core? Also playing multiple characters on Skyrim. He's playing Ninja Gaiden? Shinobi, Hollow Knight, so on and so forth. Also playing multiple characters on Skyrim, unable to juggle so many games. Yeah, I do have a lot of games on my backlog, but I also do prefer, like, trying to, at least attempting to stick to a game until I beat it. Yeah, open-ended puzzle game, storyline, pleasing art. It is very good. I will tell you, it does have a somewhat of a element of not kind of horror adjacent. Like, it's a little scary sometimes. It's a little like you put yourself in dangerous situations, but that's kind of like part of the game is not being afraid, right? And it's not super scary. The DLC did give me warning, though, that it actually is scary, and there's a setting to make it less scary. There's something I'm fundamentally misassuming in what I'm saying. About the energy. They're drawing solar energy, so they're not drawing off of the advanced warp core. Is that what we're... I think that's just solar. But they did divert... They diverted, power, to do the... Which experiment? The, They're trying to do an experiment to... Yeah. It's not empowered. Yeah, I think it's just solar that's drawing to power the city. Cause like that's what that is, right? Solar panels. And it's coming down. This is the thing that ended up with the, being the time loop thing, right? They'd had to, they needed the advanced warp core to have enough energy to finish this experiment. Because the energy that they had here was simply not enough. There's still something I'm missing here. I can't explore too much without the sand will cover me up eventually. I don't know. What am I missing? They needed more energy for this. There's some empty ones. Oh, this room gets filled up. You got all loop. Yeah, this is solar powered. Warp core does not generate energy. Hmm. I don't know what you're getting at. That is just a point A, point B. Is there more than one power thing? What am I missing? That is at the lab specifically. Did I read this one? It's just, it's sitting there, so maybe not. Asking if a 22-minute interval is possible. And that, does have something arrive 22 minutes before it is actually sent through the warp. And that we think is how, that's how, we're getting the memories. We're getting memories from 22 minutes ago before the sun explodes. Negative interval of time between departure and arrival can be increased by adding more energy to the warp core. Problematically, the energy required to extend the interval increases at an exponential rate. So, farther back in time, they've basically invented time travel here, but the farther back in time you want to go, the more energy you need at an exponential rate. And that's why I keep saying, like, if the entire universe is fucking going supernova, couldn't that be connected to how the eye of the universe actually has shown up before the universe? Like, it's older than the universe itself. That's what they said. How could the eye of the universe be older than the universe itself? What is the eye of the universe, right? So could you not take the power of the entire universe exploding and use that energy to time travel? Pretty much. Like, you would have to somehow just harness that energy, but like, that could be what the vessel in me is just the eye of the universe. We're gonna be stuck at the beginning of the universe with nothing to do. Yeah, that does feel above my pay grade. But I feel like that could be like, if you wanted to do that amount of time travel, you would need that amount of energy. Went to take a picture of Orion and the stream got wonky. Oh no. All good now. That's good. I like that emote. It looks just like Orion, I think. Aw, it's cute. Sorry, I had to take a closer look. It's a pupper. Currently unable to generate the necessary energy. New method of producing energy. Thrilling but enormous undertaking. We would require advanced warp technology able to handle such energy. So that's gonna be part of this, is like, advanced warp core doesn't equal the energy source. It's not the same as the energy source, right? Every time you say vessel, all I hear is Chekhov saying vessel. Oh, man. God. This is taking all of my brain power. Oh, man. It's the main lesson I think there is to be learned here. Yeah, that the warp cores are not a power source. Which, if it's not... If a warp core isn't a power source, will it still help to have a warp core for the vessel? Like... Will the vessel still have, like, a power source to... do anything with? There is something else I can do here. We need an enormous space to fit the new energy and warp technologies together. Yeah, I feel like that's why they were exploring the possibility of prematurely exploding the sun. Because that would create energy, right? That would create a lot of energy. I mean, sun is already creating energy, but if you make it explode, that is a much bigger burst of energy. And that's what they were looking for at this point in time. That they wrote that. Is that what you wanted me to realize, Rex? Yes, fire, I agree. So, yeah. I think that's one thing I was getting wrong, is I was thinking that the warp cores were a power source, and they are not. And that was kind of getting me turned around. But also check the floor. Warp core does not mean power, yeah. There's a cool thing on the floor? This? Oh wait, did they... Is that the, they actually made it? Okay. If I don't power it... Wait, so if it's not powered, I don't visibly see... it arriving... before... Like, it looks like it's not. It looks like it's just teleporting at a normal rate. No big deal. And then they add power to it. And you can tell that it is arriving. You can visibly tell that it's arriving before it left. Yeah. Like, I knew that they were doing that, but this is a visualization for it. Which is very cool. If you pay attention to the light going off, it's more obvious. Very cool. Just do this over and over. Do it over and over. So this doesn't... There's no, like, other things you can do with this? Like, you can't do a double black hole. You can't do, like... You can't, like, power an empty one. It has to be a black and a white. Okay. It teaches you that warp cores require power. I never fully did the experiment because I didn't think that I had to, but you are right. Because I didn't do this interactive experiment, for some reason I thought warp core was power, but you need power in addition to warp core. Okay. To have that done, have that happen. You learn by doing. Now you dude. Exactly. Okay, so power source. The sun is a power source. Maybe we want to explode the sun on purpose. Actually.
The power of the sun in the palm of my hand.
Ah, man. Yeah, that's definitely solar panels, I think. Definitely, maybe. Definitely, maybe. So what do we think? Do we think we need a power source in addition to a warp core? Because the thing in the vessel is for a warp core. Yeah, exactly, Leo. No, I mean, okay, they wanted to explode the sun 200,000 years ago, though. The sun is already exploding. Like, it's at the end of its natural life. Why can't I just use that to power my science experiments? Like, why not? It's already dying, right? If it's already dying, we might as well science it, right? Right? Well, now I'm at a loss as to what to do, again. Because, like, okay, I did learn warp core is not... does not equal power source, right? Need a power source in addition to, Is there a thing I missed? Well, if I missed something, it sure is gone now. Think. What are the parts we know? Things. We know things! We know things, but we don't know all the things. Okay, so we know that there's a vessel that I think that I can probably put coordinates into, right? The coordinates to the eye of the universe. It has a broken warp core thing. I know that the Ash Twin project is got to be powered by something with a lot of power. It has an advanced warp core. In order to send our memories back in time 22 minutes. But something's powering it? What is powering it? Is it this? Like, are we missing some part where we can actually follow the wire the other way, and there's like somewhere in the core of Ember Twin that I haven't found? There's some way of diverting the power. Supposedly. Take me away. Has to be a lot, yeah, it does. Has to be a lot more energy than what the solar panels are gathering. I would say the sun station, but the sun station is just monitoring the sun, right? They use this, they tried to blow up the sun, but it didn't work, and so the sun station is left over. It can, I think maybe the sun station or something sensing the sun going supernova kickstarted the time loop. It has to be drawing on a lot of energy, yeah. Could it not be drawing off the sun? Like, I don't know. Let's look at that. Fucking Ash Twin project, come on! Physically sealed off. The advanced warp core is in the central chamber of Ash Twin. It says so. In writing, right here. So if I'm looking for it, I have to get into the central chamber. Maybe I'm missing something about, following the, energy line? The wire? Maybe I can, like, follow it the other way, or there's somewhere... Has to be a lot more energy than what the solar panels are gathering. Yeah, it's gotta be. Follow the energy source. The high energy lab is just a solar panel, though. There's two, like, solar panel looking things on Ash Twin, on the poles. Maybe not poles. Maybe on the equator, I don't know. Oh my god. This is like the planet we go to the most. We must love this planet, right? There's only one on, Ember Twin. It kind of looks like there's two on Ashwin, I think. So here's the high energy lab. I can't get to it from here, but let's pumping energy down. The energy is reaching the Sunless City. That is inside the Sunless City. That's the shrine of the eye. There's the gravity cannon. I can call a shuttle to it.
Gravity cannon.
Yeah. I like the way it says that. Gravity. Is there like something I haven't looked at on this planet? I'm running out of time to go to, if I wanted to go to... If I want to go to the city. There's like... quite possibly like other places I haven't explored? There's like windows from it. I'm just trying to think if like I've explored this place has got so much to explore in it. It's quite possible I haven't explored everywhere. It feels like I have because I've been in like every fucking cave system imaginable. That's the entrance to Sunless City, and I'm faffing around, so I'm probably not gonna have time to go there. High energy lab. There's Chert. There's Chert. I learned recently, so I don't know if anyone knows, but I learned recently a Chert is a type of rock formation. Because I was watching a video on I forget the specific name. There's a chert on Western Australia that is believed to be the oldest fossils that we can identify. And it's not like animals, it's actually just like bacteria mats. Like before more advanced life forms evolved, there were like big like bacteria colony, like there's like a term for it that they use, but anyway, a chert is a type of rock formation apparently. I at least cannot think of anything major you're missing here. Okay, that's good. They must be missing something here. Got my spacesuit. I could have, like, I was all like, oh, there's something I'm missing about this, warp thing over here. That is, like... There's a thing in here with the scroll, which I don't really need to read. Did look up a couple of them, no mind, they're all names like Chert. Like Chert. Yeah, I was curious because Chert is a rock formation, and then Yarrow, I know, is a type of it's a type of plant used for medicinal purposes, and between those two names, I was like, I wonder if other names are something like are things TM. I might be switching to No Man's Sky soon, because I don't know what I'm looking at, man. I know all of these, like, various pieces, but I do not know how they fit into giving me the answers that I'm looking for. Like how to reach the dang coordinates I have. I have coordinates. I know of the vessel. I know of an advanced warp core that is in the Ash Twin project. I do not know how to get into the Ash Twin project, or even if that is possible. How is it powered? I do not know. The central chamber is physically sealed off by an immensely thick protective shell. The Nomai plan to construct technology capable of producing a 22-minute negative time interval on Ash Twin. Every memory recorded is transmitted to a corresponding storage unit within Ash Twin. An advanced warp core was approved for installation in the central chamber of Ash Twin. Quantum shit. They had to add energy through warp cores to increase the time interval. If I can't come up with a new plan, I'm gonna end up switching to No Man's Sky. Why did they want a 22-minute interval? That's a great question. Why 22 minutes specifically? Like, they could have been like, oh, is 10 minutes possible? Is 20 minutes possible? Because, like, they don't, didn't know if it was possible to increase that time interval to begin with. Why did they pick 22 minutes specifically? Is this something you know the answer to, Rex? You have a theory. 22 minutes. If I try to answer it, it might give you additional ideas. Why would you choose 22 minutes specifically? Not 20. 22. Is it because... so I don't know if it matters, but like the Nomai died like 20... around 200,000 years ago, and that's like a 2. I don't fucking know, man. It's the only thing I could come up with was like, oh, there's another 2 in there somewhere. Well, 22 minutes. So, they did say specifically what the time difference is. I don't know if it was like 0.001? So there's a specific fraction, and I feel like if they're looking for 22, I don't know where I'm getting at. Why did they make the Ashwin project? Because science, man. Because they wanted to solve for Eye of the Universe. No, I mean, everything they did was kind of relating to the Eye of the Universe, I think. For the most part. They kind of got, maybe not stuck necessarily. I guess they did get stuck in this solar system because they lost the vessel. They had to escape with their escape pods, and they lost the vessel, and the vessel was what they, like, was their good technology TM. So they had to slightly start from scratch, like building a new advanced warp core and shit. Keep in mind that the people working on Eshwin were the grandkids, at least, of the Nomai who arrived here. Yeah. The system is all they've ever known, and a lot of them didn't care about the eye. Some definitely did, though, yeah. At least the ancestors arrived here because they were looking for the eye. I mean... They made the Ashwin project as a failsafe, right? Was it because they were going to explode the sun? And before they purposefully exploded the sun, they wanted the backup as like a failsafe for that. But like, since they couldn't explode the sun, they ended up accidentally dying due to the radioactivity on the comet, and then it just the failsafe activated because the sun is at its natural end of life. If ash twin because explode sun, why explode sun? Energy, I assume. Sensation was designed to make the sun go supernova. Energy for what? The ash twin? No, that makes it a circular thing. Okay. So they just wanted to be in the time loop. No, I don't think so. They said how horrible it would be to be in the time loop. So I guess not. So much of what was written feels like they didn't necessarily have a reason. They just were doing science, but that's because they weren't writing the reason, I guess. So there's something we're missing, yeah. I mean, part of it is, they wanted warp pads to... They wanted to be able to warp, around the solar systems just to make life easier. They're building the they like did all these other things, like build the black hole forge because they wanted to build the warp shit, and like there's clearly like a series of events that you're uncovering out of order. First thing that happened, their vessel crashed in like the bramble shit, and they had to evacuate with the escape pods. Some of them ended up on Brittle Hollow, some of them ended up on Ember Twin. From there they started, you know, they lived, they had made their cities, etc. Eventually branching out to making the like forge, having kids, they knew all the reasons and didn't need to write them down, yeah. They built the probe, so at least some of them were still looking for the eye. something that did occur to me due to this area. The probe says it's been going for like 9 million times. And it only just got launched. It only just starts getting launched at the start of the time loop. Does that mean there have been 9 million time loops? Is that the reason for it? Like, did they create a situation where they could probe infinitely to find it? Spare you the trip, yes. I don't know if that's the reason that, but like, clearly, the probe, that's the first thing we see. I feel like that's very important because that's the first thing we see when we start a time loop. Is the probe getting launched. There's a statue with the open eyes in the middle of Giant Steep. Yeah. It's not the one Gabbro activated either. So when I went down there the first time, I was like, oh, I think maybe someone else, besides Gabbro and me are connected. Statue, oh, they literally say the statue's paired to Ashwin. That's how the probe data gets saved each cycle. Oh, right, yeah. And you told me that, like, between streams, is that, the third statue is actually, paired dash twin, it's like it's the data. Is that the actual reason to create a time loop is to, have infinite probe? Infinite probings for all! And for all good probing. That's been going 9 million times. That's a lot of times. That's a lot of time loops. I don't think so they would have had could have had infinite probes anyway. They can't have infinite probes without the time loop because they weren't able to send it without the whole thing exploding. It's a one-shot firing thing. It'd find the eye eventually, they just have to wait for it to get far enough out. Thing is, I feel like there's so many variables, like, oh, it'll get accidentally, intersect with, like, a star and just, like, explode in the star, so I feel like it's not that one probe is good enough, but 9 million probes is good enough. Some of them will fail, but one of them, I guess, will find the eye of the universe. Although maybe it takes 22 minutes to get into range. So maybe that's a factor. Maybe. I have the coordinates. I have the coordinates for the eye of the universe. The probe has found it. That's what's for, like, we have got the solution in our hands, but we cannot reach the solution. Not the 9,318 and 54th probe located deep space anomaly matching all known criteria for the eye of the universe. I like how they say all known criteria as if, like, we fucking don't know what the criteria is, man. Only the Nomai knew. Apparently the Nomai knew the criteria for the eye of the universe. Didn't bother writing it down anywhere. Who was it that asked for a 22-minute window? That could be relevant. It could be. I don't think it says. It doesn't say, like, names. On here, at least. Fuck me. If I can't figure out, like, where to check out next, I might just switch to No Man's Sky. And just... So I don't... How get you, fucker. How do I get into you? There's something I'm missing somewhere. You, I want to use you. Do I need a... but I need... You can definitely think about it for a while. It's true, I can certainly think about it for a while. I don't know, man. I thought, I'm like so close to figuring this shit out, but I can't because I'm too stupid. I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna say like, oh, I'm gonna take a week's break from this game and then tomorrow I'm gonna be right back at it. This one does not work, man. This one's the broken one. This one is the broken one. The Southern Observatory is who stipulated 22 minutes, apparently. I don't know what I'm missing. Cause I thought, starting the stream, I thought like, oh, there's something I'm missing about, this warp pad specifically. Like, maybe I only tried one and not both of them. Southern Observatory, is that on, the observatory on Brittle Hollow? I believe so. I seem to remember going to it. I'll double check, but... I was thinking like, oh... this warp pad. There's something to do with this one. There's gotta be something to do with this one. Oh, are we going to include the quantum moon in matters of warping to the similar celestial bodies? Does the quantum moon get put into this equation somehow? I've not seen a warp, I've not seen any sort of, like, warp thing on the quantum moon. I could bring... Yeah, they specified orbiting, and I feel like, okay... That includes the quantum moon, right? Like, the quantum moon can orbit, like, it orbits... any number of, like, wherever it's orbiting, man. Words to live by, you know? You were asking about Brittle Hollow. I've been there. They have a new, more sensitive locator. Unable to detect any trace of the eye's signal. The Nomai believe the eye was in a distant orbit around the sun. They think it's in the solar system, apparently. Although, like, it seems to move. It seems to have quantum properties. The moon itself, like, is a reflection, quote unquote, of the eye of the universe. The Nomai decided to stop searching for the eye's signal, instead look for it visually by sending out the deep space probe. There were concerns that the probability of launching a probe in the correct direction would be absurdly small. That's why you have 9 million in a time loop. What's to say, like, if it has quantum properties? What's to say if, like, oh, maybe the probe finds it, but it's not gonna be there any longer? Unless the probe, like, gets a picture and therefore makes it stuck in place because, like, we've got a picture or something? I don't know. I think someone has... In this game's logic, I think someone has to be looking at the picture, though. Let's see. The quantum moon... If I get the quantum moon to show up at the twins, it doesn't have a warp receiver, does it? So if it had a warp receiver, I'd say maybe, like, I don't know, fucking know, maybe it'll actually connect to the moon. Like, we already know how to get to the moon. Like, I don't know if that matters. Oh my god, my brain. I think I might just switch to No Man's Sky. Unless you have any other, unless you have any other things to maybe look for, like if you want me to go to the observatory, I can. But I might just switch to No Man's Sky and start the expedition. Because I just, oh my god. I genuinely, at this point, I kind of just want someone to fucking tell me the answer. Do have a theory, but I don't want to push you out of figuring it out yourself. You can tell me the theory. I don't care anymore. It's like, I feel like I know like 90% of this, and I'm struggling on the 10%, like... I'm just sitting here like, herd-eater, what do I do? The vessel. The three-sided pillars probably for the... So it's a three-sided pillar, appears to be an input device. It has, that's where the coordinates are gonna go, by the way. Because it was shaped in, like like a hexagon, sorta? Where's the coordinates? Where'd they go? Yeah, I'm gonna be able to make those shapes in that three-sided thing. It's like 3 letters. It's kind of the same thing, but also, like, there's a billion different factors here. It is, it's like the final puzzle is, like, trying to remember literally all of the information about the game in order to solve it. And there's a lot of lore here. But yeah. I'm like so excited to be solving this. But I'm not quite solving it. Not entirely. But yeah, no. Yeah, I'm pretty sure... Because the three-sided input device, definitely I could make those shapes in it. So that's ultimately where I'm going to end up, is on the vessel with an advanced warp core. I'm gonna be able to put in the coordinates. I do not know how to get the advanced warp core. I know that the Ash Twin project has an advanced warp core in it. I do not know how to get into the Ash Twin project. Or, barring that, maybe I could make a different advanced warp core. I don't know if I need a power... Maybe I don't need a power source. Maybe the vessel just has power left over. Maybe that's not relevant. Regardless, I don't know how to get into the Ash Twin project. They said it's it says it's physically sealed off by an immensely thick protective shell. But that doesn't mean I can't enter it in by other means, like a warp pad. Is the thing for the vessel mission mention power at all? Good question. This like it's like conspiracy theory board is a very accurate representation for how you'll be feeling if you play this game and you're trying to figure this shit out. Just like that meme of here it is. What's stopping you from warping into it? I don't know how or even like where the departure point would be in order to warp into it. The warp core is long dead. I did activate the three-sided pillar. I feel like that implies that the ship does have some power in it. Because otherwise I probably wouldn't have been able to activate that. It also can still hear incoming messages from other Nomai clans. I got, like, up-to-date Nomai, bullet points. They're regrouping in response to the impending death of the universe. Forget the departure point. Where's the point you have to align to? I assume the center of Ashwin. The center of Ashtwin, because that's where the Ashtwin project is. It's inside Ashtwin. Not the center? Well, I got center from, it says central chamber. Central chamber inside Ashtwin. Advanced Warp Core was approved for installation in the central chamber of Ashwin. You actually remember this fact when I didn't? The alignment point... if it's nearby, it would have to be... Ember Twin, right? Don't have to align to the warp core. It has to align basically anywhere near both these bodies of, like, anything that aligns to the twins could potentially send me to the central chamber of Ashwin. So, like, it could be literally anywhere elsewhere. It could be... No? What? What am I missing? The alignment point... You mean, like, the white hole side? There's a specific point that the warps align to. Mentions it in my... What? What? Warp tower alignment angles are not exact. They only need to be 5 degrees of the astral body center. So the twins alignments astral body center is actually, like, between them. That's why the Ashwin doesn't tower doesn't work. The alignment point is actually, like, between them. Next question. Do we have a tower that aligns with the center of the twins? Fantastic questions. A tower on... Are you talking about on Ashwin itself? Do you think it would be on Ashwin or somewhere else in the solar system? Is there a tower that aligns with the center of the twins? Did we not try all of the towers? It's like, here's the twins. No, we've been at all of them. That's the Sun Station, that's Timber Hearth, that is, I believe Giant's Deep. That is, I believe, Brittle Hollow. This one of them goes to the Surface of Ember twin. The other one doesn't seem to work. The other one that doesn't seem to work is the one that I tried just standing on while the sand pillar takes me up and away. And the sand pillar just takes me up and away. It doesn't do shit. Unless I'm missing something. I've still very well could be missing something about that specific one. Like I tried just standing. What do you mean? I don't think the sand tower has anything to do with the warping. I was not able to continue standing on it because the sand was pulling me up. Is it possible to get there before the sand pillar starts falling? Because like it doesn't start right away. So maybe I actually have to get there literally first thing and absolutely fucking book it to that warp pad. That way, before the sand before the sand starts falling, I can manage to, it will align with the center of the twins, and maybe it will work. Maybe it's just not working because I'm not getting there early enough? Because I was like, okay, maybe this actually does work, but it has to be aligned when the sand pillar goes over it. But the window's broken, so the sand pillar just steals me off of the warp pad. Therefore, it doesn't work because I'm not physically on the warp pad. Is this the answer? My god. Is this the answer? My theory has to do with how do they power the Ashwin project? How do they power the Ashwin project? Problem is that I have to wait an amount of time for the sand to uncover the tower before I can reach the like quote unquote broken that you have to wait for. You know what? Towards the end of it, towards the end of the time loop, the sand stops falling because all of it has fallen. So we can kind of test this at the end of the time loop. Actually. And, like, whether or not that works, yeah. Thing is, that would be, like I said, at the end of the frickin' time loop. The thing I'm trying to do is bring the warp core to the vessel. I need the time to do that. So if I'm waiting towards the end of the time loop, there goes my time. If I'm waiting for Sand to uncover the tower... Alright, has the sand pillar gone? Have you sucked up? I think it's sucked up. Nearly. There goes your time, but also you'll be standing in a time. Oh. Oh! Shit. No, you mentioned that off stream that, like, wouldn't you possibly go back in time again? 22. Maybe. I don't fucking know. My brain. I can feel my brain cell leaving. It's just done. But no, we'll try this. We'll wait for the sand pillar to completely go away. Then we will stand on that warp pad until it faces the center of this celestial body. It's gotta be soon, right? Basically all of the... we can tell by looking over here. No, it's still got some sand to go. Once all the sand goes away, we can test this. We can test this, guys. We've got a lead TM again. Jesus Christ. Fuck this game. Logic is very different than yours, but might end up with the same result. So what are you thinking? Are you looking for a power source? I'm looking for to align this with the center of the twins, quote unquote. That it can't be a broken warp pad, right? It can't be. It's got a broken window specifically so that the sand will suck me out of it. Specifically so that I can't warp when it's facing the center of the twins. I kind of do want to know, yeah. I'm gonna be waiting to do this, regardless. But if this doesn't, like, if nothing comes of this, then I'll need new thoughts. See, a singular brain cell dot happened, and now I'm not switching to No Man's Sky. I think the supernova does power the advanced warp core in the center of Ashwin. I would not be surprised if that's the case, and I steal the advanced warp core and put in the vessel and put in the coordinates. I might have to wait for the end of the universe to power it. Which means right now it's not actually powered on, meaning you can't warp to it. Do I have to sit on the... Do I have to be in the right place at the end of the universe and it will actually, Oh, look at that. I think we're about ready to go over there. I don't know if it's gonna do a full pass. Actually, so let's get in position. Not you. The one that you died trying to get to. All right. No Man's Sky isn't real. It never got released. It was all a dream of what could have been. As a big sun. Let's take a peek. Because if there is a sand pillar, I'm gonna have to hide. There's a cubbyhole to hide. Oh, Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ! Get out of here with that big sun shenanigans. Alright, are you spewing? You are not. You are. It might not be this rotation. It might have to be next rotation. Why can I hear the sun? I know, right? Well, we're waiting for the next rotation anyway. Oh, there it goes. Well, we'll still have to wait for the next rotation. Let me go grab some air. Never mind, I don't know where my ship went. Whatever. We don't need oxygen. No! Oh. Is this gonna work? The sand is gone. We are slowly aiming towards the center of the twins. Jesus Christ, the sun. Holy fuck, the sun. Right, but also the twins are about to be aligned towards the center of the... Come on, come on. Is this happening right at the end? Yeah, cactus should give air. Come on, man. Does this work? 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 If it doesn't work, I'm going to rage quit. I'm not getting aligned with... Where did Ash Twin go? Why am I not getting aligned? Come on. Why am I not getting aligned? Come on. Where are you? Ash Twin, why have you forsaken me? No. There you are. Ash Twin. Ash Twin. It doesn't have an... I don't have the time to do... No, it didn't! The timing is... right to not make it into it? The non-broken tower takes you to, I don't know if it, like, always does, but it takes you to, when I used it, it takes you to, Damn. That probe went right by. It just takes you to the surface of Ember Twin. That probe, though. You think if I go on the other? Right at the end? Why does it have to be right at the end? Because it does have a non-broken window. Oh, do I have to take the return trip? Wait, you think I have to do the return trip at a certain time to get in? Because the supernova is the only thing that powers the advanced warp core that is in the ash. No, my brain. But I'll end up inside it 22 minutes early because it's like it's a. Oh, fuck me. Because I'm doing it via the advanced warp core, and there's a whole bunch of power. It'll be timey-wimey shit. Oh my god, is that what it is? Okay, so take the non-broken power. Wait, so do it. I have to do it at the end. So I want to take the non-broken power to the Ember Twin. Don't go back immediately. Wait for the final loop at the very end. Then take the return trip. So like, is that what we're thinking? Oh my god. Oh, we can try that. So we want to go to Ashwin. We have to wait again. It's gonna be part of this, is waiting, right? Take the return trip if the original trip doesn't do it. Oh my, this is gonna take a little bit of time in that case. But what you're saying is that I've got to make the warp at the very fucking last second from Ember Twin by using the like return trip thing. You don't think from the Ember Twin? Alright, so we're just gonna think about our life choices here.
Small sun.
Small sun, not big sun yet. From the tower. But you think I should be on the non-broken side? And you think I should try it at the very last? Like, it didn't... So the other one didn't work at the very last second. But like that, I guess that one might be fucking broken regardless. Like maybe a broken warp core, maybe a broken warp pad just as a broken warp pad. I thought surely, oh, it's not actually broken. I was wrong all along. It's gonna work, but nah. So you think the non-broken one will actually... The non-broken one, any other time I've tried it, has taken me to the surface of Ember Twin. But I've not tried it every single rotation of the twins. It's maybe broken, so Nomai has to explain how they work. Because it's aligned to the center of both twins when there's only one reception point. The reception point is on the Ember Twin. Why do you think it will take me to the Ash Twin project? During the supernova, it could be connected to reception points, one of which is powered normally, and one of which is powered by the heat of a supernova. So that's your theory, is just like, take the non-broken one at the very end of the time loop. And it'll take me the other place instead. So, in which case I have to wait. In order to, like, try this theory out, I actually just have to wait 22 minutes. I was like 60% sure, but seeing the twins... Yeah, the twins did align at the last second, except, like... That warp pad just didn't work. Just try the other one, I guess. That's true, I could be doing other stuff. But I could be sitting here thinking about my life choices of fucking playing this game when I know that, like, I keep getting stuck on this as a puzzle. Like, why do I want to do this so badly? Like, literally, I could just spoil myself on the answer by looking it up. And I kinda sorta, like, I've looked up the spoiler-free guide, and it keeps saying it, like, that's the thing it says is, please solve it for yourself. This ain't it. There's always no my sky. Hell yeah. Yeah, I think that's what... I think that's what we'll do. I said this like an hour ago. No, I don't give a shit, Rex. I honestly kind of like when we do puzzle games together. So like, neither of us know the answer for sure, but we can both come up with theories. I enjoy doing that. It's different. Like if you know the answer and you're trying to put hints in chat. Um, Sometimes you give away a lot more than you intend to. Um, but if you're like playing alongside someone side by side and you're both like coming up with theories, that can be fun. Especially this because it's lore theorizing, yeah. Yeah, I'm starting to think this was probably a solid game to actually be kind of doing together on a voice call. Do a proper like couple lumps stream of this. But I'm almost done here. And I keep saying that like for the past several streams of it, but like I'm seriously like 90% of the way through this final puzzle. It's just getting the damn advanced warp core that you would have heard a lot of sighing, grunting, crying, because I'm stupid, and you have to watch me be stupid. Oh my god. Yeah, I think my biggest problem is I will simply make assumptions, and I won't really realize that I'm doing it, and I will run off those assumptions, and I will just be wrong, and I will not realize it until you tell me. And there's been a lot of that happening in this game. One of the reasons that is so easy to do in this game is because it has such a non-linear way of learning about everything that's going on in this world. It's open world. It's a universe full of planets. You can land on them in any order, find information in any order. Some of the information is a little harder to get, and therefore you need to like build your knowledge. Like there's 3 different levels of Giant's Deep that you land on Timberhearth first. It's true. But like for example, there's like 3 different layers of Giant's Deep, and I didn't even realize I could get to the core of it until pretty late. And like had to like figure that out from doing more exploring, and like there's a lot of stuff to find, and some of it you can't find until you find certain things, and or if you count the space station. And therefore, because of the open nature of the entire game, it seemed this ending puzzle is trying to use your knowledge of everything in the game. You have to remember everything, research it, look it back up if you forgot, in order to figure out how the hell to... It's the culmination of the whole last game, yeah. Which is so interesting. Like, this game feels so, like, unique in how like it's not really that unique. It's just, it's true like open world puzzle solving. But yeah, it's a very special game. Not a lot of games work like this, and I can see why this game ended up being as popular as it is. As it was. It's kind of an indie darling. I don't think it's like popular TM, but I can see why like for a time this was the shit. Yeah, those that like it really like it. I definitely would say anyone who loves a good puzzle game, this should be one of those good puzzle games that you play. Definitely. Like, anyone who likes puzzles and figuring stuff out and kind of like letting a game make you feel kind of stupid, not in a bad way, but in a way where not a lot of games are nowadays are not are too afraid of letting you feel stupid. They want you to figure. They make shit so easy that you don't have to think about it. This game lets you actually have to think about it. Love puzzles, not good at them though. Yes, this ain't your grandma's Bejeweled. Whoa, my controller got stuck there for a sec. That's the tower, right? Is that the right one? Yeah. That should be outside the range of the, of the sand pillar, right? Yeah. It goes that way. I want to be able to see it as it comes. Hold on, let me rearrange. There we go. Nailed it. Alright, we need to get in there. If only it had a demo. Oh, does it not have a demo? Yeah. No, this is definitely a good one. Obviously, so just be aware, obviously I am very stuck on the ending and it's taking me some time to figure out, and so like do not feel like that should either deter you from trying the game or make you feel stupid, because like it is a very it does seem like a complex puzzle for like the final thing. I wonder how it runs on Switch. It's the Dark Souls of puzzle adventure games. I'm not so sure. Like, it depend. I feel like some people might catch on to it quicker than others. I'm not. I have a hard time like thinking like as many threads as once as there are. This many. Like, I can follow a thread and like reach its conclusion, but trying to remember all of these facts is a lot of stuff, which is why the ship's computer like has it written down for you. You're supposed to be able to like go in there and reread things. Yeah, you are definitely this is a game where you're not supposed to just immediately figure things out right away. That is not Like, you're not stupid for it. There's a lot of things to figure out, but it's a lot of fun figuring them out. And I am streaming this again because I'm excited. I have thoughts, and I'm excited to try to get this get my theory working, get Rex's theory working. Are we about, at the end of the time loop? Maybe I should get in position. I think it might be at least one more rotation. Let's see if there's still sand coming from... It would be! I would love that if Fire got into Outer Wilds while you're playing Outer Worlds. That would be hilarious. Is there a sand pillar? There's still a sand pillar. Okay, so we're thinking, I want to take the tower at the last one, right? The last rotation. I don't know if there's one more after this. It's just quantum physics, yeah! This has given me... You know what? This is giving me the same feeling I got when playing like a new Zelda the first time. Except it's so much more puzzling because a lot of the Zelda puzzles they're fairly small puzzles or dungeon specific puzzles. This is the entire game. The entire game is a Zelda dungeon. Is a vast, complex Zelda dungeon. So we want to go in that one, right? At the last rotation. That's what we're thinking. Is there another sand pillar? Is it not quite a full? There is a sand pillar. I think we're coming up on the last rotation. Should I get... I don't want to be on that yet, right? Last pillar pass. Super time, yeah. Next one, yeah. Let this pass. Don't take the warp pad. See, we can even see it drying up right now. It's done its thing. It is done. And now we are waiting for either it to warp us to the Ash Twin project, or... What, Rex? What, Rex? What? What, Rex? Does the receiver get covered in sand and stop working? Maybe. Oh, so therefore the receiver changes? Maybe. I didn't see. Either way, the result. We're looking for the result. Didn't look active that last pass. This might be it, man. You might have solved it for me. We tried it with the one over there. Didn't work. Now we're trying it with the one over here. It's gonna align at the very end, and we're gonna find out. That's a timber hearth. If this doesn't work, I'll see you soon, timber hearth. Yeah, I did get stuck on the assumption of using the broken one. Don't explode yet! I need to go to the twin project. No! No! Is it? Is it? Is it? Is it? Is it? Nope. 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 No! No! That's not the solution. We might still be on, like, a kind of the right track, maybe? Maybe-ish. That felt so correct, though.
No Man's Sky.
Should I switch to No Man's Sky, or should I just end for the night? Man, we both thought that was the answer. We both thought that was the answer, and we were both wrong. Though you did have, like, a point of wondering, whether or not the other, the one on Ember Twin? Like, so, what I was getting hung up on a little bit when you were explaining this theory to me is, like, maybe I could warp to Ember Twin, but use the return trip, and maybe the return trip actually takes me somewhere else. Could take me somewhere else, but I think the return trip, yeah, the connection stays. I don't think that would work. There's still the possibility that there is a warp point somewhere else in the galaxy that is aligned with the twins. Do you have another theory? Don't want to make you wait a whole loop to try it again. Why not, man? It's either... There's either I will switch to No Man's Sky for, like, a couple minutes. I'll end here because it's late. Or I'll try that theory before ending. I don't really care which one I do. Man. 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 Don't even know if it's a thing. I don't need to explore more. I'm sure that isn't related to the end of the game or anything. Oh, you can read the things between. Okay. I didn't realize you could read the things between. I didn't realize you could read the things between the arrows. Isn't there a warp from Whitehall to the Twins? I am learning how to read. From Whitehall to the Twins? Whitehall Station. They're a warp receiver. They're designed to show you where they receive. So this is like some frickin' convoluted design. For the for the Twins Tower. One of them typically takes you to the surface of Ember Twin. One of them takes you, who knows, because it's broken. Yeah, one of them is Sun Station, Timber Hearth. One of these, I might get them mixed up or backwards. One of them is Giant Steep, one of them is Brittle Hollow. And there's two for the Twins, and one of them seems to be broken because no matter when I get there, it just doesn't work. There's no way for me to, like, take, like a gravity crystal to, like, plant my feet down and, like, be able to stay on the warp thing, even though the sand pillar's pulling me up, is there? They also tell you it doesn't work. But what if it secretly does work and I just have to make it work? Thing is, like, we have no way of knowing that there actually is a warp pad to the Ashwin project, because, like, it's kind of just an assumption I'm making, because I have to... Why am I so obsessed with the sand, though? Because it pulls me off of the, because it pulls me off of the broken one because the window is broken. Therefore, like, I can't tell if it actually is working. Like, it might actually work. But there's no way to stand on it when it's aligned with the center of the Twins. But also when the sand pillar is not going to be sucking me up into the Ember Twin. They glow when they're active. That one did not glow. Did it not? I thought it did. The warp thing. I thought it was glowing. Yeah, there's an advanced warp core in the center of Ashwin. In the central chamber. of Ashwin. LT is my downward shit. Maybe? Maybe. I think though. What the fuck am I missing? Oh my god. I feel like we're like so close to the answer. I'm just gonna sit here for like hours, just like poring over this damn thing. Poke planned to create a new advanced warp core in the Black Hole Forge. I mean... like, are we positive we can't just make a new warp core in the forge? Yeah, really? It's also, I said this before, but wouldn't it be funny if you can actually just ram into it, create a crack, and that's just how you get into it? See, they specify physical entrance, though. Like, multiple times they specify, physical entrance. That implies, due to the fact that it says physical entrance, that implies that there could be a non-physical entrance. There are projection stones that can project, you, like, visually to it, but... the warp thing might work, just not in the way that we are trying? So the third statue that's recording information is recording the information from the probe. Right. It's also, like I said before, like, we don't know that the warp point to the Ashwin project is on the Ashwin itself. Like, it could be anywhere in the galaxy, in the solar system. As long as it, like, eventually aligns with the twins, like, Never checked on what the cannon is launching. Are you talking about the probe? Are you talking about the orbital probe cannon that keeps launching the probe? You ever go out to it? I mean, I guess not. I figured it left the solar system way too close, way too fast. But there's no reason we can't catch up to it, I guess. I assumed, like, oh, it's fucking booking it out of this system. Have you checked it out? That would be spoilers. I guess maybe you have them. But we can do that next time, I guess. I might return to my, what I said last time. I'm gonna say it. I might not do it, but I'm gonna say, once again, I might take a break from this game for like a week and focus on the No Man's Sky expedition. Take a break, see you tomorrow. Exactly. It's just, last night after streaming, I just could not stop thinking, like, what the fuck is the answer to this? And now here we are again. Stuck on figuring this shit out. I have kind of, like, fixed a couple of my assumptions. A little bit, at least. There's not any way we can, enter the quantum moon in this, equation, can we? Like, they specified, like, it has to, anything orbiting counts in like, an astral body. But I don't think there's any point that we found on the quantum moon that, like, has a warp receiver or a warp, any type of warp stuff on it. It feels weird to leave it out though, yeah. Like, all we did, we figured out how to get to the quantum moon, but that only kind of resulted in us being able to talk to Solanum. Even if it has a receiver, that'd only get us to the quantum moon, which we can now already do, yeah. Confirm that it does orbit the eye. We kind of inferred that, but yeah, we confirmed it from Solanum. Yeah. No longer unknown, man. Update your dang database. Come on. Come on. I feel like short of just looking up the actual answer, I'm gonna have to really take a long think about this puzzle. Holy shit. I hope it's worth all this effort. Jesus Christ. Yeah, we've at least we've ruled out a couple things. That's at the very least that's what we've done tonight, is we've ruled out a couple like methods and theories. I think the probe is it's long gone this time. This time loop. Oh my god. It's a bit late to be starting the No Man's Sky expedition. If I don't come up with like another thought TM from my single brain cell that's a little bit struggling on this, then the next time I stream, I wanna fucking start the No Man's Sky expedition, man. I want to. I want to start the No Man's No Man's Swear to fuck. This game. There's so few games that have made me swear at it. Well, I guess that's not true. I swear at games sometimes. Oh, fuck me. It is getting late. I am sad that I have not beat this game. But, like I said, we ruled out a couple, we tried a couple theories, so at least that's something. Those did not amount to solutions. But it's something. I mean, we can end it here, or we could raid Ouija, who is playing Silk Song. Man, I'm tired. I'm gonna go have some hot chocolate and just chill. And cool my brain down a little bit, put it on ice. It's running like a little hamster wheel right now. Yeah, we can raid Ouija. Man, I thought we were onto something. I think we are onto something, but we are missing some kind of something somewhere. But yeah, I'll start the raid on Ouija. Stick around for the raid or don't. Either way is perfectly fine. I will be back with either Outer Wilds or No Man's Sky. No Man's Sky unless my single brain cell has thoughts. Definitely No Man's Sky TM. Yeah. But yeah, that's it for tonight. Stick around for the raid. That's it. Stick around for the raid. You better. Better fucking stick around, man. Thank you guys for hanging out. And may your heart be your guiding key. Good night.
Hook thing